Hi, my name is Mr. Choyo. Welcome to my study room. Today I'm solving questions 25 and then 42 through 44 of the 2023 WASSCE General Mathematics Objective Paper written by Nigeria. And let me start right with question 25, which reads that find the mean deviation of the set of numbers 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. We start by writing the formula of mean deviation. So mean deviation of a set of value, which I would like to call MD, is equal to sigma, which is the summation of the absolute value of x minus mean all over n, where mean is sigma x over n, and x is the individual values and n is the number of values. To be able to solve this, we can use tables to do that, but then in this case, since the values are just 6, I would like to solve it without a table, but we can use tables as well. So we'll first start by solving for the mean, and the mean, like I said, is the summation of values divided by the number of values. So that is going to be 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 and then plus 19, all divided by 6, since we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. And when we add all the 6 values, we are going to get 99 and then divided by 6, and that will be equal to 16.5. So this is our mean, 16.5. Now we go back to the mean deviation now, and since this is a summation, I'm just going to use the mean and these values into this formula, and that will give me the summation. So let's try that out, and I'm going to have my mean deviation, which I'll call MD, equals the absolute value of the first number is 14, so 14 minus the mean is 16.5, then this plus 15 minus 16.5, remember absolute value, plus 16 minus 16.5 absolute value of this, plus the absolute value of 17 minus 16.5, plus the absolute value of 18 minus 16.5, and then plus the absolute value of 19 minus 16.5, all divided by the n, which is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. We continue further. 14 minus 16.5 is going to give me negative 2.5, then plus this will give me negative 1.5, plus negative 0.5, then plus 0.5, all of them absolute value of course, plus 1.5, and then plus 2.5. right, all of these divided by 6. And solving further, absolute value means the value remains positive always, no matter the sign. So this is going to give us 2.5 plus 1.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 again, plus 1.5 plus 2.5, all of this divided by 6. And when we put all together, we're going to have 9 divided by 6, which equals 1.5. So now we're going to look at the option which gives us 1.5, and that is option B, and that is our answer to the question. So let's move on to the next question. All right. Before questions 42 to 44 is a graph which we are going to use to answer the questions. So the question says that the bar chart represents the distribution of marks scored by students in an economics examination. Use the bar chart to answer questions 42 to 43. And let's check out question 42. Question 42 says that if the failed mark was 4, what is the probability that students selected at random passed? And even before we move on to that question, I just want to call attention that looking at this bar chart here, the x-axis has the marks and the y-axis has the frequency or the number of students. So to find the probability of students selected at random who passed, we first of all need to find the total number of students we are talking about here. And looking at the graph, 3 students scored 1, 6 students scored 2, 9 students scored 3, just 1 student scored 4, 12 students scored 5, 7 students scored 6, 5 students scored 7, and then 10 students scored 8. So when we put all of these together, we'll be able to get the total number of students who took the examination. So let's do that quickly. And this gives us 53. And if the third mark was 4, that means that those who scored 1, 2, 3, and 4 have failed, and all of these students have passed. So number of students who passed will be 12 plus 7 plus 5 plus 10, and that will be equal to 34. And now the question says to find the probability of students who pass. So the probability of student who pass, let me call that small p, will be equal to 34. You know, probability is event over sample space, so over 53, and that will be equal to 0.64, and that is option A. Let's get on to question 43. And question 43 says that what percentage of students scored at most 5 marks? So the key word here is at most 5 marks. And at most 5 marks means 5 marks or less. So that means the highest should be 5 marks. So it means that we are taking the percentage of those who scored 1 to 5 marks from the representation I have here. It means we are now taking the percentage of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 marks. So that will be, let me find that total first. That will be 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus 1 and then plus 12. And that will be equal to 31. And percentage of this will be 31 divided by the total, which is 53, times 100%, and that will be equal to 58.490566, and it continues. And looking at the options here, mean that these have been rounded to the nearest tenth or 1 decimal place, and that means we are ending it here. And since the next number is 9, that will be approximately 58.5. You run it up since the next number is 9%. And looking through the option, that is going to be option B. Alright. Now let's take question 44, which is the last of this study. And it said how many students scored at least 3 marks. At least 3 marks means 3 marks or more, or 3 marks and greater. From 3 marks upwards, or anyhow we want to describe to mean that the least mark should be 3 and all the rest above 3. How many students scored that? we'll go back to our graph or the bar chart, and then we know that this is 3 marks. So 3 marks or more mean from here all the way to 8. And we are going to add all the students that got this. So again, from here, we are taking from 3 marks. We are going to add all these numbers and see what we get. Or simply put, we just subtract 9 from 53, and that gives us 44, or anyhow you want to put it, but it's just 44. So the number of students who scored at least 3 marks, I don't think we need to calculate that again. That is 44, which is option C. And this is where I bring today's study to an end. I hope this study has been of help to you. If yes, then kindly consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this. Till we meet again in my study room. Bye bye.